an interview with Richard Milhous Nixon, the 37th President of the United States. Da-da-da. How are you today, Mr. Nixon?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine.
That's
I'm going to ask you a few questions about the Vietnam War. I would like you to give your best answers to those questions.
Sure.
How did you succeed in ending American fighting in Vietnam and improving relations with the USSR and China? Wait, let me read the question. How did you succeed in ending American fighting in Vietnam and improving relations with the USSR and China?
Well, first it was necessary to reduce American casualty rates and the number of troops in Vietnam. I named this policy Vietnamization. This is the idea that South Vietnamese would assume a greater combat role and ultimately eliminate the need for American ground forces.
Good answer.
Thank you.
What was the madman scenario all about?
This madman scenario was devised for negotiating with the government of North Vietnam. Henry Kissinger emphasized that I was unpredictable in his meetings with representatives of North Vietnam. He warned them that I could fly into a rage in response to North Vietnamese military action. I bombed Cambodia and on Hai Phong to give examples of what Kissinger had told them.
Did you use any other approaches to ending the war?
Yes, I pursued a geopolitical approach to the war. I found reason to believe that both the Soviet Union and People's Republic of China were interested in what became known as détente. This provided me with excuses for pressing the Soviets and the Chinese to do business with the U.S. and pressure North Vietnam to settle the war. Any other questions?
Just a second.
I'll let you collect yourself. I know this is an emotional subject. You just got me thinking about it again.
I'm now going to ask you a few questions about the domestic issues that you dealt with during your presidency.
Okay.
The Nixon administration marked the end of America's long period of post-World War II prosperity and the onset of a period of high inflation and unemployment. I understand that unemployment was unusually low when you took office, but inflation was rising, wasn't it? What policy did you use to help this issue?
Well, I adopted a policy of monetary restraint to cool what my advisors saw as an overheating economy. I called it gradualism in hopes of restricting the growth of the money supply to rein in the economic boom that occurred in LBJ's last year in office.
Gradualism did not produce quick results. What happened as a result of this slow process?
Well, as the congressional election year of 1970 began, I repeatedly asked the chairman of my Council of Economic Affairs to explain why I hadn't solved the inflation problem. I had never heard of losing an election because of inflation, but were lost because of unemployment or recession. So mainly, I was just afraid of losing the re-election.
You were said to be only as conservative as you could be and only as little as you had to be. Why?
Because I took credit for the creation of the Environmental Protection Agency, and I privately noted that if I didn't take this liberal step, the Democratic Congress would have forced me more liberal environmental legislation on me.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It was very nice meeting you.
Awkward handshake.